I've been in CX, and this is the one question which I had. And your target audience is mid market and enterprise, and you recently entered this market with like hundreds and hundreds of CX players already in the space. How did you build that trust? How did you build that brand? Right? See, selling to enterprise, the first thing they will ask is, "Who are you?" Like I've seen a lot of Gartner reports and a lot of big names like Siemens in your website. Like, how can you tell me the journey of how you build that trust in the space? Because without that, I don't think penetrating this market is easy.
Nice question, Arvind. So I think CX as a one paint to kind of paint this entire industry kind of makes it commoditized. But I think the way that we thought about, or I think our thought evolved about it, and right now we kind of my belief is that it's not saturated, not commoditized in the way. Even right now, probably the penetration of what the CX needs to be is less than 0.1%. I
Wow.
see this broad difference, right? The software being developed over the last 20, 25 years, be it a CRM, the name is customer relationship management. But eventually what softwares have been is that they've been storing customer data and information. The humans read that information and the humans actually manage that customer relationship. But the paradigm shift with what we are doing is engagement first. What that means is that software is not just storing customer information, but software is communicating and actively managing the relationship with the end customer, which is an absolute paradigm shift, right? In terms of what a customer relationship management is. And once that engagement takes over, what is remaining is basically a database. So, and if you are looking at the penetration of any kind of software managing and interacting and managing a relationship, that is less than 0.1% of all the interactions that are happening across the world. And that is the phenomenal opportunity, or that is the phenomenal scope for growth. So that is the big picture. But we always went to customers being a automation first company. So there have been a lot of CX. So they're using either Zendesk or they're using Salesforce, Freshworks to manage the customer data, tickets, etc. But our value proposition was on top of that, where if 100% of your queries need manual intervention to manage that interaction, you can remove of 50 to 70% of those by introducing this automation element. And when we started pitching to the enterprise customers, there were absolutely no one who even had a prototype at that particular point of time. So we got all the enterprise customers when we were a 3-member or 4-member company. So we got Bajaj Finance, Asian Paints, Indian Oil, Unilever, all when we were less than 6, 7 member people company. Second, I think a lot of validation for those customers actually came from our early partnership with Microsoft. We were part of the Microsoft accelerator, and that thereby we got introduced to their ISV team, and they were starting to hear these requests from their end customers. And they had like no one else. There was no one else competing
Nice.
in 2016, 17 in this space in a way that where they had a reasonable platform built out. So Microsoft introduced to us to the customers, and they never asked how many people you are, etc. So I think we got our initial enterprise customers with automation and chatbots as that specific area where our brand or our reputation got built around that. CX is more about how our positioning evolved over a period of time. We didn't start with a CX positioning.
Yes.
We started with a more a chatbot and automation kind of positioning.